Min-Maxer Overlord, and today, as promised, I give you the Necromancer. So before I get into the video, this video could get lengthy, but I'm going to try to keep it under 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes. So if I do go over, I may just end the video right there, make a part 2 someplace else. But yeah, so what is the Necromancer? Well, it's similar to a Lich, very similar. You use negative energy and draw from the power of Shadowfell to summon up the undead. Then that's basically what you do. Because that's basically all you do. You summon up the undead and use negative energy to overcome your enemies. Pretty dope. But make little minions. But without any if that's like all you do, let's just get right into it. Using the traditional class breakdown, we're gonna be just going down the list. First level, you get spellcasting and life tap. Spellcasting, we all know how that works. I still hate it, but life tap on the other hand, it's like a free cantrip that you can cast up to a certain amount of times. What it does is when you make a melee spell attack against something, you gain temporary hit points equal to the amount of damage you dealt. But if you kill a creature using this feature, you gain twice as many temporary hit points, and that's pretty solid. Second level is Necromancer Occult. It is the subclass of the Necromancer. Choose between the Keeper, the Reaper, and the Undertaker. Um, I'll explain more about those at the end of the class. Soul Harvest. Whenever you or undead creature you control has killed a creature on a turn, you gain hit points equal to your Necromancer level, and if your hit points are already at max, you gain temporary hit points instead. At fourth level, you gain the ASI, so choose 2 ability scores to increase by 1, or 1 to increase by 2. Spontaneous Unburial. Starting at 5th level, you can cast Animate Dead, but you don't require the corpse or pile of bones to do so. Instead, they crawl its way up from the underground and act on your next turn. And it's pretty cool. Animate Major Undead, one of your best abilities in this class. I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. You can kill, well, when that you can kill, you can choose a dead creature and summon it up as a skeleton or zombie, losing all of its other abilities and gaining the immunities and vulnerabilities of its type, the skeleton or the zombie. And you use this by casting Animate Dead. So, me and my dragon loving self, if you were to kill a dragon wormling, which yeah, that's the CR3, you can summon it up as a skeletal dragon or a zombie dragon, gaining the vulnerabilities and immunities as a zombie. And you can have a zombie dragon that can still shoot lightning, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This also is upgradable. So at 11th level, you can choose a challenge rating of 6 or lower. And at 15th level, 9 or lower. And it only lasts until its hit points are reduced to 0. Ritualistic Unburial at 14th level, you can cast Animate Dead as a ritual. Nothing too special. And 18th level, you get Macabre. I'm pretty sure that's how you say that. Where you become immune to disease, exhaustion, frightened, and poison. And you have an advantage on all charisma checks. Doesn't matter what it is. At 20th level, Seance, you get to take control over any undead creature for 24 hours. Pretty cool. Or you can choose the variant feature, the Grim Harvest, to cause a creature to explode, and any creature standing next to that creature, if they are killed by the explosion, they explode, and this goes on for quite some time. But you only use it once between rests, so that's cool. And that's the Necromancer. Maybe it might not be too lengthy after all. What was next? Yeah, the best features. Best feature, top 5. What? This is top 3. Make it more short. Number one would have to be oh, okay, no, let's yeah. Top three would have to be not life tap, soul harvest, because when you do reach the glorious level of level 20, your spells and your attacks will probably kill lesser creatures in like one turn, or you can kill like two creatures in one turn. Just go to your everyday village and start slaughtering people just to gain health. Next would probably be spontaneous sun burial, but not the regular one. The animate major undead, but only when you get 15th level, because challenge rating 9 or lower, any creature you kill gets raised. I mean, that's just too good to be true. Next would have to be macabre. Now, why macabre? It's because of the immune to poison and exhaustion and frightened, which literally means you don't no longer have to drink, eat, or even sleep, as well as you can fight a poison dragon head on without fearing its breath or its frightful presence. While you've lost like an entire year of sleep because you don't get exhaustion. And yeah, that's why I say Macabre is one of the best abilities. And you're probably thinking, why not Seance? Well, because in the regular Dungeons and Dragons, the strongest undead creature I ever seen was the vampire, and you get to control a vampire. That's about just the height of this ability, but it's a wisdom save, and vampires are very wise. Well, not wise, but they have very high wisdom, and has the legendary resistance, and it's only for 24 hours. So unless you're planning on reducing a vampire to rubble, Seance probably won't come in handy with anything else besides. And there's only one creature, so make sure you choose a strong one. Maybe like a Draco Lich. Draco Lich might come and take control of one of those. But yeah, that was basically it. Now on to the subclasses. I'm gonna show some pictures because I don't really want to show them right now. At number one, we got the keeper, a healer of sorts. You use the necromantic energy to heal certain wounds. I know it sounds paradoxal, like a paradox, but it's true. You accelerate the body's natural healing factor to recover minor wounds, and then you also get expanded intellect, which allows you to um, add more spells to the amount of spells you can learn. Then you also get an aura, of which you can um, regain hit points at the start of every single one of your turns, and any creature within 10 feet of you. And then you also get refusal, which means whenever you get dropped to 0 hit points, you can drop to 1 instead. And that's about all the powers that the keeper gets. Now, my favorite would be the Reaper because of the combo that I thought of when reviewing this class. Well, you do get Death Knowledge. Um, you that allows you to add more spells to your spell list. But one of the things was Soul Harvest. It allows you to harvest souls whenever you not soul harvest, improved soul harvest. My bad. Whenever you use soul harvest and kill a creature with it, you gain their soul, and you can use some souls to regain up to a third level spell slot. And each spell slot costs 2 souls, and there's no maximum of how many souls you can already have, which means you go to your local village, slaughter everyone in sight, gain their souls, and you become the fireball master of just casting fireball after fireball after fireball because you can have unlimited third level spell slots. Then you also get necrosis spell casting, in which you can add an additional D8 damage to all your spells. And all undead have disadvantage on saving throws against your spells and features, which makes macabre, not macabre, seance a bit more easier to cast. Then there's Grim. By standing next to someone, it starts to lose its hit points, equal to the number of souls you have stored. Now, as I said, there's no limit to how many souls you can have stored. So, go to your local village, slaughter everyone in sight, then go next to one person, and instantly kill them. You could probably kill a Tarask like this. You could probably kill a Tarask like this. Because they only have so many hit points, and you slaughtered an entire village and more villages having. Wait, what time are we at? 10 minutes. Dang, nabbit. Well, there's more about this, but yeah. You can have a bunch of souls at once and go slaughter anyone that's around you. And then finally, we have the Undertaker. This is the subclass that my friend chose. His character's name was Cole, the Necromancer, and he used this quite frequently. He's like a level 19 now. So with this occult, you gain resistance to necrotic damage, and your hit points can't be reduced. And then at 5th level, it extends to all undead you control. But at 6th level, you get improved animate undead, which allows you to raise an additional zombie or skeleton whenever you cast animate dead, or anything that raises the undead. Then there's undead resolve, on where you can have advantage on turn undead attempts, and you raise every undead you control. You raise their AC by your proficiency bonus. Now, since Cole is a level 19, that means a +6 to all undead that they control. Then there's Lord of the Undead, where you reach the height of your undead prowess, where all your undead lose every vulnerability they have and gain hit points equal to your necromancer level. So for Cole, it's a free 19 hit points to all his undead, and his skeletons can now take a tree branch to the face without fearing death. The possibilities for that is endless. So that actually brings an end to this necromancer. Its study is very dark and very deep and very dangerous. By dealing with this sort of negative energy, there's be bound for valiant heroes to come and strike you down. But will your necrotic energy be enough to stop it? Or will you continue to dominate and destroy and wither everything away with your undead mob? Anyway, it has been fun. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and tell me what you want to see next. And if you don't, I will actually do a video of the undead, because one of my friends said so, because he wants to know how to make it even more powerful. And since I'm a good friend, I will do that for him. And I'm the Min-Maxer Overlord, and don't forget to min-max all your stats. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep your 40 out, just have an Earl Grey tea. My rims never spin. To the contrary, you'll find it there.